What are your thoughts on how the campaign has gone so far?
Very well. I'm very excited. We have a great slate of candidates. We have a vision for what's possible in this province. We're very focused on fixing healthcare. That's really resonating with Nova Scotians. We've been upfront with them. It's going to cost money. It's a big investment required. But after 8 years of neglect, there's an investment required, and we're just being upfront that's what our focus is. So we feel the momentum. I feel the momentum across the province, and I know from the actions of my opponents that they also feel the same momentum that I'm feeling. We're very confident heading into Tuesday. Very confident.
Education has not been really talked a lot about during the campaign. What would a PC government do for return to school and improvements in the education system?
Yeah, I mean, so the number one thing for a PC government is respect to Nova Scotians. So respect healthcare workers, respect educators, respect communities and their ability to have input into decisions. So all those things are kind of cornerstone to government accountability. And we've said very clearly in education, we've met with a lot of educators during this process. Healthcare is the number one focus, but education is right there too. It's not minimized in our eyes whatsoever, but we've said, we're going to return school boards to communities so communities can have a say as to what happens in their community. I think that's really important. And we've worked with educators on curriculum ideas, and they know they're going to have a partner in us. In terms specifically of the back to school, on Wednesday as Premier, I'm going to meet with Dr. Strang to talk about a number of issues, get some information from public health, and we're going to be respectful of Dr. Strang. We're going to be respectful of public health in the decisions that go forward. So we'll have those meetings next week. But I know families are anxious, and people will remember that last year we were out front with advocating for a return to school plan, and that kind of forced the government to get into action. So as soon as the campaign's over, we're going to focus on that.
Any goals for the first 100 days if you win?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the most imminent part is public health and the meetings with Dr. Strang and that stuff. But I've also been very clear that too we're gonna be meeting with healthcare professionals across the province and make sure that they know that they will have a partner in the PC government. And they're already feeling it now. We're hearing from them. Just the platform we put forward. They're encouraged by the investment that we're talking about. They know they're going to have a government that will invest in healthcare. They know they have a government that will respect those that work in healthcare, and they're looking forward to working with us. So we'll be continuing that right out of the gates.
Any fixes that are made for the province are not going to happen like overnight. So what's your message to Nova Scotians about the fixes not happening overnight, so to be patient?
Yeah, that's we've been very clear on two things, that there's a lot of investment is required. This is a time to invest in people, invest in infrastructure, but it's critical that we have the right leadership team, the right premier, the right party that can make the right investment decisions. So it's going to take investment and is going to take time. We're coming behind 8 years of Liberal neglect in lots of files, but my message to them is we are very focused on fixing healthcare, very focused on rebuilding the economy, and we feel the same urgency that they feel.
What's the message of concern, or what are the concerns that Brian has told you about for Waverley Fall River Beaverbank?
Yeah, healthcare is still the number one issue. That's the type of things. But Brian is an educator. He's a community leader, so he has a lot of things on his on his specific slate around education and around community. But him and I are on the same page on that. Working with communities to improve communities, moving things forward. We have no interest in going backwards or anything. We want to go forward.
5 days to go. What's your message to Nova Scotians?
To fix healthcare, you have to change the culture to one that's respectful to healthcare workers and more opening to help with recruitment, to help with retaining workers. The only way to change the culture is to change the government. So a PC government is focused on what they're focusing on. That's fixing healthcare.
All right. Thank you very much.